Hello children, in today's video we are going to see about the non-conventional sources of energy under the chapter Mineral and Power Resources. Let's get started. So what are these? The sources of energy that are continuously renewed by the natural processes. So it will regenerate and it will replenish on its own. So the examples of renewable energy resources are the solar energy, wind energy, bioenergy, hydroelectric power, geothermal, wave and tidal energy. Very unique thing about these resources. Unlike the fossil fuels, these energy sources are non-polluting. Nuclear energy is the only non-conventional source of energy which is polluting, and also it is non-renewable. Why we need to use non-conventional sources of energy? The burning of fossil fuels will release the carbon dioxide. So that will go into the atmosphere and it will cause the atmospheric pollution. In recent years, there has been a sharp increase in the consumption of the fossil fuels. So naturally, if you continue to use in this rate, at one point of time, this particular resources will soon be exhausted. And also, if you're going to continue in the usage, the atmospheric pollution also will increase. We will be polluting the environment more and more. So that is the reason why we are shifting to the non-conventional sources of energy. Under that, first we will see about the hydroelectric powers. You can see this picture. This is a hydroelectric dam. So what happens? The water from the rivers and rains, it is stored in the dam. Okay. So now the water falls from great heights into the turbine blades. You can see the turbine blades here. Okay. And what happens? The force will make the turbine blades to rotate. Okay. The turbine blades will rotate and this will then turn the generator to produce the electricity. Okay, this is called the hydroelectric or the tidal power. The leading producers in the world of hydroelectric power are Paraguay, Norway, Brazil and China. In India, known hydel power stations are Bakranangal, Shivasamudram, Nagarjuna Sagar and Damodar Valley projects. Next is the solar energy. The solar energy is the source, the energy obtained from the sunlight. So there are two effective processes, that is the photovoltaic cells and the solar thermal technology. Here you can see the photovoltaic cells. The sun rays, you can see the sunlight. The sun rays are trapped in the photovoltaic cells and they are converted into the electrical energy. The solar energy benefits the tropical countries that are lying in the torrid zone. So this is the torrid zone between the Tropic of Cancer, Equator and Tropic of Capricorn. So this is a zone where the sun rays will fall vertically onto it and it will receive the abundant sunshine. So in India, Gujarat and Rajasthan have great potential for the development of solar energy. And this solar energy is used in solar heaters, solar cookers, solar dryers and solar cells. Next is the wind energy. It is a pollution-free, inexhaustible sources of energy. So the kinetic energy of wind, it is converted into the electrical energy through the turbines. The wind farms are located in the coastal areas and mountain passes. Why? Because there only the strong winds blow, which will be strong enough to turn these blades. Since the ancient times, the windmill is used for grinding grains and lifting water. The leading wind energy producers are the countries like Netherlands, Germany, Denmark, UK, USA and Spain. And the wind power plant in India is in Lamba in Gujarat, which is the largest in Asia. Tamil Nadu meets an adequate share of its energy needs from the wind farms. Next comes the nuclear power. The naturally occurring radioactive nuclear minerals like the uranium and plutonium are the sources for the nuclear power. And these fuels undergo the nuclear fusion in the reactors, which will emit the nuclear energy. The leading producers of the nuclear power are USA and France. In India, Rajasthan and Jharkhand have large deposits of uranium, and thorium is found in large quantities along the beaches of Kerala. And nuclear power stations in India are located in these following places: Kalpakam in Tamil Nadu, Tarapur in Maharashtra, Rana Pratap Sahar near Kota in Rajasthan, Narora in Uttar Pradesh, and Kaiga in Karnataka. Next comes the geothermal energy. So it is the heat energy obtained from the earth. Okay, so the hot water that gushes out through the natural geysers or geothermal springs is used to produce the thermal energy. USA has the world's largest geothermal power plants. It is followed by the New Zealand, Iceland, Philippines and Central America. In India, geothermal power plants are located in Manikaran in Himachal Pradesh and Puga Valley in Ladakh. So the uses of geothermal energy, it is used for cooking, washing and bathing. Next comes the tidal energy. This is the energy generated from tides. So it is harnessed by building dams at narrow openings along the tidal belts of a sea. During the high tide, the energy of the tides is used to turn the turbines, which is installed in the dam to produce the electricity. The huge tidal mill farms are in Russia, France, and in India it is in the Gulf of Kutch. Next comes the biogas. So it is the energy generated from dead and decayed organic matter. For example, the dead plants, animals, animal dung, kitchen waste, etc. In the biogas digesters, the bio-waste is decomposed by bacteria to emit the biogas. The biogas fuel, it is a mixture of methane and carbon dioxide. It is an excellent fuel for cooking, domestic lighting and for producing organic manure. Now overall, how to save energy. We saw whole process of the conventional sources of energy and non-conventional sources of energy. Our energy is produced. We get energy through a long process. So we should know the value of the energy what we are using. First and foremost, not to waste energy and use it prudently. Conserve the untapped energy resources. These are all the steps which we can make a difference in the world environment. Thank you, children.